Welcome back to part 2 of Rock Up Podcast. It's your buddy Joe, and I'm here with my buddy Reilly.
Hello.
What's up, motherfucker? What's the best concert you ever saw?
Oh, shit. Fuck. I've been to so many good ones.
What's one of the best ones? What's one that really sticks out?
I think the one that really stands up in my mind is one that I went to when I was 16. I saw Hate Eternal at the Avalon Theater.
Oh, okay.
A long time ago. And then, like, Eric Rutan was like fucking God to me. And I got to hang out with him for like quite a while after the show, just bullshit guitar and music with him.
Yeah.
That one really stands out. I remember that's like probably the loudest fucking band I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear right after that show. Because he plays like a JCM 800.
Yeah.
Which is just a fucking loud fucking act.
Yeah.
Loudest band I've ever heard. But other than that, man, probably when I saw Suffocation with Mike, their original drummer, and Frank. Was just a couple of years after that Hate Eternal show. Probably those two are some of the best ones I've ever been to. King Diamond.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I would say Opeth, but I saw them in the period right after they stopped growling. I actually was pretty disappointed at that show. Waited a long time to see them, but yeah, Suffocation. Cattle Decapitation is amazing live, too.
Yeah, they are. They're great. I think I saw them with I Hate God. But that was in Arizona.
Oh, in Arizona?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was like fucking Sea Hag and Cattle Decap and I Hate God, and I think God Hunter played it. I don't know. It was a cool show though.
Yeah.
I took my brother to see it. He didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Isn't that always fun? Bringing just totally unsuspecting people.
His favorite band is Sublime, so you know.
Oh man! Oh, that's always funny.
Yeah.
Bringing somebody that's just totally out of tune with what's going on. And watching how they react.
He was cool with it. He was like, "Oh, this is kind of groovy," you know, because I Hate God has some groovy riffs and shit. But
yeah.
It was cool. And I weirded out Mike Williams, the singer for I Hate God.
Oh, yeah.
I walked. He's small. He's a little guy. I'm fucking 5'7". I'm fucking short. So me saying he's a little guy is really saying short. Something.
Yeah.
I just walked up to him like, "Hey, man, I really like your band." And he was like, "What the fuck? Why is this guy like all up in my face?" I don't know why it was like that. I just walked up to him. I was like, "Hey, man, I don't want to weird you out, but I really like your band."
Oh, man.
And he was like, "Okay."
Yeah. I've had some interactions on my part that were cringy at best.
Yeah.
Like one of the worst ones, and some of my fucking friends witnessed it, which makes it worse. But when I met Cryptopsy's guitar player.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I was like walking out of the complex, and he was standing right there, and I noticed all of his tattoos. And I stopped, and I just looked dead at him. I was like, "It's you!" And I was like, immediately in my head, I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
What'd you just say, dude?
And then I tried to say something else, and when I get really anxious, I start to stutter. And I started to stutter, and then I just gave him a big fucking hug and told him I loved him and walked off. And then later on that tour, my friend Vanessa was actually following them on tour, just traveling, going to the shows. And she's like, "Oh, I'm hanging out with all the guys again. Anything, you want to say?" And I was like, "Tell Cryptopsy guitar player, I'm sorry, I was such a fucking weirdo."
That's fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
It's you.
Yeah, I was like, "It's you." That dude's guitar riffs are so spastic. I became spastic myself.
They're insane.
Yeah.
What's the album they had and had like a big train on like the cover of it?
And then You'll Beg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first album of theirs I ever heard.
That's when they had Mike DeSalvo on vocals.
Yeah.
Oh, man. They just have had really good vocalists.
Yeah.
They just have different eras that are all really good. Of course, None So Vile is like the epitome of the best cryptopsy for me, but
yeah,
it can't be beaten. But yeah, they're just a great band. So I just wigged out. I was really weird when I met Cannibal Corpse.
Were you?
Yeah, I mean,
was it all of them or who was it?
Yeah, all of them at once. So it was like fucking fangirl overload. You know, it was hard. The same shit. Started stuttering.
I almost think I would like purposely be a dork to Cannibal Corpse if I met like George Fisher. I'm like, my God, look at your neck.
Yeah. Well,
just to like fuck with them.
Yeah.
Because now I'm old and I just don't care.
Yeah. I try to tell myself that I'm not gonna wig out. That I'm gonna, try to seem more like, they're a peer, and I never worked out. I just fucking lock up.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've had some, like I partied with Terrence Hobbs.
Oh, nice.
On their bus and for a little bit.
He seems like he'd be cool as shit.
Oh yeah, and at the time, I was supposed to be abstaining from things, but he offered, and I was just like, not gonna say no. That was a good time. Vacation's a bunch of cool ass fucking dudes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
It was funny, like I don't know when it was. It was like when Ringworm came through with Vane, and my son messaged me. He's like, "Hey Dad, guess where I am?" I'm like, "Where?" He's like, "Getting drunk with Ringworm and Vane." And I was like, "Good for you." Little tear of pride comes to my eye. Like, that's my boy.
Yeah, that's
special
awesome.
Guy.
Nothing cooler than just hanging out with people you look up to.
Yeah.
That's badass. Yeah.
Would you ever do like a straight up like a black metal kind of project or anything like that, or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally would. I mean, my main issue is there's just not a lot of people doing the same thing here. Yeah. Obviously.
Utah's kind of a weird place when it comes to music.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. It sure is.
It's like if you're in a hardcore band, there's a good niche you could fit into. If you play in like a dad metal band or like a stoner rock band, there's a good niche you could fit into. But like ever since like a friend of mine stopped doing, it was like the Fall of Zion thing, which was like a really cool like death metal and black metal fest. There hasn't been like a real cool like locally done like heavy metal, extreme metal, black metal, death metal fest.
Yeah.
Or kind of thing.
Yeah,
which kind of sucks.
I know. I don't feel like... I feel like there's a lot of death and black metal fans in Utah because some of the turnouts for death metal shows are pretty impressive. I've seen some awesome turnouts. I just don't think, for some reason, a lot of people are motivated to even try to be in a band. And are seen as, for some odd reason, competitive.
Yeah.
It's always like, we got to be better than this band,
Yeah.
I don't know. We have kind of that mindset, whether people like to see it or not.
Yeah.
Kind of that way.
I mean, competition's good, but it has to be a healthy competition, not a fuck those guys kind of thing, Unless they're real twats.
Yeah. Then who cares?
Then who cares?
But if somebody puts out something, and I've seen a situation where somebody puts something out, and somebody's like, "Oh, that shit's," just talking smack on it.
Yeah,
it's like,
for no reason.
You play shows like once a month with this fucking band, and half the people that show up are there for them, So you guys can try to work together and be friends, you might make the scene a little better.
Yeah, it'd probably help things.
Yeah, but it's just kind of like that. And I'm sure it's like that a lot of places.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wish I knew more black metal musicians because all the ones I do know are already in awesome bands.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Other than like heavy metal music, what is there like another genre of music that you listen to like regularly?
I listen to a lot of like classical guitar, like Andrei Segovia and really weird because the guy is basically a worship classical guitar player. But I listen to a lot of Christopher Parkening. I just try to pretend that I don't know what the song titles are because it's like all about God and stuff. But he's an incredible player. I mean, it's flawless. But yeah, I like a lot of classical music.
Yeah,
some old school hip hop. I used to like it a lot more in the past. But I don't care about most of it now. Still hang on to some of the greats though.
Well, you don't even know what the hell they're saying anymore.
No,
and it's not. It doesn't make sense. Like it's. I mean, at least the stuff that I'll catch every once in a while, while flipping through channels and listening to the news. But the underground stuff, I've been out of it for a while, so I wouldn't recognize any of it anyway. Yeah. But like fucking man, just what I have heard, I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. Yeah. It's not about anything.
If it has Lil before it, I'm probably not going to fucking care.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, it's definitely not the same. It's made a transition for the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there's always going to be like really good, talented people underground always. But at hip hop, it's like harder to find what you're looking for because it's so oversaturated with absolute trash.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, I kind of grew up with like outlaw country, and my uncle plays in a bluegrass band, so there was always bluegrass music around me. Mm-hmm. So hearing like a banjo and shit like that just warms my cockles.
Yeah.
But man, like a lot of those songs, like especially like the Stanley Brothers or anything like that, it's all about God and Jesus and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll sit there and fucking sing along to it, even though I'm like, I don't really care about Jeebus or God or any of that stuff, but I do like this fucking song.
A lot of people could learn from that mindset too.
Yeah.
You know, fuck, if you like the music, who cares, man?
Yeah. Yeah. But, like the Ralph Stanley did, like, then the Stanley Brothers did like a lot of the music for that movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And it's all that great like bluegrass music that, I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of like growing up and hearing all that stuff when I was a kid. That and like outlaw country, because my dad always played outlaw country, and then like the old like heavy metal stuff, Led Zeppelin. Big on, my dad was huge on Alice Cooper, so to this day I absolutely love Alice Cooper.
Yeah. Okay.
And like Black Sabbath. It's funny, like my dad and my uncle worked together, and they were both like forklift mechanics. And one day the boss just came in and was like, "Hey guys, you want to cut out early? Mm-hmm. You guys can," or it's something like that, or like the next day was a holiday, and my uncle didn't realize it. Mm-hmm. And my uncle was like, "Oh, why are we not working tomorrow? Or why are we leaving early? Whatever." And my dad's like, "It's Ozzy Osbourne's birthday." My uncle was like, "Oh, okay." Made perfect sense to him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, dude. They got a lot of goofy ass stories like that.
Oh yeah.
But
fucking Black Sabbath.
Man. Like that stuff is what I like remember growing up, that and outlaw country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of my family, my dad's side of the family is way into the bluegrass and stuff too.
Yeah.
I never really caught hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I've had so many different influences. But I do like watch my grandpa play the banjo. So, because you like the banjo.
He's
pretty good
badass.
at it. Yeah, he's pretty good at it. Skylar, that I used to play in a band with, he fucking tear up a banjo too.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. That's cool.
But I enjoy watching people play the banjo.
Yeah.
That were on the subject.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I just never... I used to like Chris Ledoux.
Yeah.
Like in the past.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Not something I really caught on to.
Yeah. So. Yeah, a lot of the outlaw country I love. I hated country growing up. My dad played it all the time. Mm-hmm. Fucking hated it. God, why is he playing this shit again? This fucking redneck shit. And then he got sick, and I had to help take care of him. and I was doing everything to make him comfortable. So I played country music for him all the time and played his favorite songs and stuff, And then, at his funeral, I played a bunch of his favorite country songs, And now it's just, got its hooks in me.
Oh yeah.
Just because at first it was nostalgic, and I would play it all, right after he passed. Like I'd always play, especially if I was like doing something in the garage, yard work, or like housework kind of shit. My wife would be like, "Why are you always playing this country music? You never played this before." And I was like, It reminds me of my dad.
Yeah.
I'm channeling my dad's spirit right now. This is what he would do. He'd listen to country music, work on the car, work on the house, and it reminds me of him. And I can't see him anymore, so after that she stopped. Like, why are you listening to country music? When I finally explained it to her, then she's like, "Oh,
that's like that's a good fucking reason to be into it."
Yeah. She didn't understand it because I didn't explain it to her. She was just like, all of a sudden you're playing all this country music?
That feeling of familiarity.
Yeah.
You need that.
Yeah. And it's funny, dude, because like at the Jackson family reunion, I do that every year. I put it together. I fucking organize it every year. And we always sing, like, there's what's called the Ginger Party, which is Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because it's me and then like several of my cousins that have red hair and shitty attitudes like me. And we're just blaring country music and just getting fucked up. And we're yelling country lyrics up to the sky and just hammered and shit. And yeah, man.
That sounds like a good time.
It's a good time. It's like a real warm memory for me, like every year doing that shit with my cousins.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, I've been trying to cut way back on drinking. Been trying to cut way back. But yeah, man, but music can really, it can invoke emotion, man.
Oh, yeah.
It really can.
Mm-hmm.
It gets inside you,
Oh yeah.
But
one of the best outlets is the best outlet.
I think so. Yeah.
There's no better way.
Yeah.
To relate yourself to something.
Yeah. Are you still being able to go out and lift every once in a while, or?
No.
No, not really.
I plan to get back on get back on track with that. I was getting fucking strong.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were doing great for a while.
Yeah, but I just kind of fell off.
Well, new daddy and stuff, you know what I mean?
I'll get used to it and I'll get back on track.
Yeah, you just got to get into a nice routine, but
yeah,
man, you were getting way strong for a while. But
yeah.
I was like, look at Reilly kicking ass.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, fully intend to. Yeah, it's just been tied up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I know there's always time, but sometimes there's not.
Yeah. Well,
both arguments.
Life gets in the way, man.
Yeah. You just gotta focus on other stuff for a little bit.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to really get away. So
there's nothing wrong with taking a little bit of time off.
Yeah.
Take care of the kid, get everything settled, get everything nice and into a nice routine and that, and then you can finally get back on the weights and shit and start lifting again.
Yeah, I know it'd be good. I'm sore all the time just from being home all the time. I know if I started lifting again, I'd feel better.
I get aches and pains from not lifting.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
Yeah.
I'd stop for a few days and be like, oh, well, time to go loosen up again.
Yeah. Like all the Jackson men get an impingement in their shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Several of them had to have surgery on it just to fix it. And when I started doing overhead presses, at first it hurt like hell, and then I got used to it, and my impingement went away.
I ran into the same issue.
Yeah.
I thought I just injured my shoulder right off the bat.
Yeah.
And I just had to keep working with it, but being careful about working with it.
Yeah.
Kind of like use it or lose it. It's going to keep sucking if you don't work on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's special circumstances for everybody, but
yeah,
the same thing for me too.
Yeah,
it would be nice to get back.
Fuck yeah, man! All right, let's play this other song. So we're gonna play the other song. All right, so this other song, the "Entering the Ancient Labyrinth of the Mind." Could you shorten it down to like a smaller thing so I don't have to read all that? Just fucking with you.
Entering.
The song's called Entering. It's a Valentine's Day song.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. But this is my favorite song off the. I guess it'd be kind of an EP.
Yeah.
Of the Chalice censorship. So
a little sampler.
You know, a little sample. Are you gonna do like a full length kind of thing? Are you working on something like that?
Yeah, I have more material written. I really want to do at least a 40-minute long album.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's the goal.
Are you gonna do some like shirts and like what kind of release, like CD or just MP3 or record or?
Well, with this, in the past, I've always found it difficult to fund physical merch by myself because I've always been on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, I mean, with switching jobs and stuff, I should be able to afford to pretty much take this where I want it to go.
Hell yeah, man!
So I want to do like a limited run of records and everything.
Yeah.
Like actual, put it on wax, make a couple shirt designs.
Get like an Etsy account, whatever.
Yeah,
just a store.
Yeah. Actually, do like an online store. I want to like hit the album hard, you know. But then there's kind of like the thing where the future of like touring and stuff. So you don't want to put too much into it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to put so much into it that it's not going to give you any return whatsoever. And then it just sucks you dry because I've done that too.
Yeah.
So never mind. All my money into merch.
Never mind the touring part.
No, maybe. Fest. That I always picture Fest being better.
Yeah.
That was the best part of my last tour. The first day was a fest.
Yeah.
And there was a ton of people there, and it was amazing. The show was amazing. And then the rest of the tour wasn't near as cool. So
could have just went home right after that.
Yeah, and I would have been all right with that. Now I met some cool people on the road.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. All right, so we're going to play this Entering song. You want to talk a little bit about it? What the fuck's this song about? About a labyrinth and then a mind?
Yeah, so this song is just kind of about like the true power of human nature. And I feel like that is really lost upon a lot of people nowadays. A lot of people just don't see a way out of their problems.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times you're like your own enemy.
Oh, fuck
you don't realize it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like it's just basically about people that don't stand up to like the horrors in their life, like whatever they may be, you know. It's like you got to cross blades with what is hindering you and what's holding you back, because there's like no way to progress or move forward if you don't just stop basically just being a victim all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Some people wear that fucking victimhood like a badge of honor.
Yep.
And I do not understand that shit whatsoever.
Yeah. And it touches on aspects of suicide and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
My friends that have done that and stuff. And just fucking sick of seeing it. Sick of seeing people just let themselves be weak.
Yeah.
And other people enabling them to do it. Or giving birth to an entire generation of people that are all right with that. And I am not all right with that. And that's what this song's about.
Fuck yeah, man. All right. On that note, we're going to just play this motherfucker. So where do you get a lot of like your motivation, like when you're writing lyrics and making music and stuff? Is like video games, horror movies, true crime shit, like what any of that kind of stuff or
Most of it is just other bands,
uh-huh.
especially lately. I mean, video games always have a little inspiration, mainly just from some atmospheres you get to experience. But
Yeah.
horror movies, yeah, for sure. Horror movies was one of the main inspirations for Regurgitated.
Yeah.
Whereas other bands I look up to are mainly the inspiration for Chalice Dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I don't know. Yeah, just fucking grim bands
Mm-hmm.
for just anything, just as dark as it gets, really.
Yeah.
Is the main inspiration for Chalice Dungeon. Like, like I mentioned earlier, like Leviathan. I think Leviathan is one of the darkest sounding bands ever.
Yeah.
But that's just what I think. But
I need to pay more attention to Leviathan, I think.
yeah, I talk about Leviathan all the time. I really love Leviathan. It's definitely different. I don't know, especially for black metal. It's
Yeah.
really different.
I mean, they've been on my radar, but I haven't paid any like special attention to them. I probably should.
I was the same way for quite a while, and then I started delving in. And then his side project, Lurker of Chalice, is really interesting. He did like one album with the Lurker of Chalice, but the story behind it is what's so heartbreaking. I don't know.
What's the story behind it?
I guess Rest, as he calls himself, wrote that while the love of his life was dying from a brain tumor.
Oh, dear God.
And you really feel it when you listen to that album.
Yeah.
Lurker of Chalice album. You really tell it's some serious pain and anguish.
Wow.
Created that album.
Holy cow, man.
It's pretty ghastly sounding and very sad. There's just some really melodic parts that are just...
Yeah.
That's a good fucking album.
Yeah.
It makes me depressed.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it sounds like it's depressing.
Yeah. I mean, just mainly like, just the search for stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's really rare for those feelings to be there and be genuine in some bands nowadays. So.
If you're invoking emotion, like from the artistic or from the person on the outside looking in, are listening to the music and, they weren't involved in it. They're just listening to it, putting it on, and just, kind of going for the ride, I guess. When you actually can invoke an emotion, that's profound, man. That'll really fucking stick with you. You know, there's certain songs to this day that, like, if you play it, it'll choke me up or something.
Yeah, you will react to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of power.
Yeah.
It's
a shit ton of power, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like, especially how you can connect songs to like certain experiences of your life.
Yeah.
Like you were telling me earlier off the record. But yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty awesome how one song can take you back to a certain place and even like smells and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's, like Black Sabbath. I think about I think about gasoline because I think about like me and my dad used to go on road trips.
Right.
We would listen to fucking Black Sabbath all the time.
Yeah.
I'd fill up the car. So it's like, I'd smell gas and sometimes I'm like, Black Sabbath. That's
how, Yeah.
So,
well, like, they say smell is like one of the biggest, like, triggers of like a memory.
Yeah.
I know the smell of like a freshly lit cigarette always reminds me of my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
And like the smell of booze, I guess it's kind of a bad thing or whatever, but it does kind of remind me of my dad. You know, the smell of booze and that. And gasoline, because he was always working on his motorcycles or
exactly
4-wheelers or whatever,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Songs have the same quality too.
Yeah. I wonder, because I have a 21-year-old son,
Yeah.
But I wonder what things remind him of me.
That is a crazy way to step back and look at that.
That's weird, huh?
I guess that's one of the cool parts of being a parent.
Yeah.
Be wondering the same thing eventually.
Unless it's something stupid like farts. So my dad farted a lot.
Potty humor. That's probably how I'll be remembered.
Probably.
As a new dad, I have found the whole potty humor part of this pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
Pretty funny. Girls can never tell me they don't fart.
Oh, yeah.
This tiny little one does nothing but fart.
Especially a pregnant woman.
Oh, I know.
Dude, pregnant woman fart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's so funny.
Fuck. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up, dude.
Cool.
Thank you for being on, and any last words you want to say?
Joe, just thanks for having me, and thanks to anybody who checks out Chalice Dungeon and just supports underground music in general. Thank you for doing your part.
So that's Chalice Dungeon, bandcamp.com. You guys could buy $3 for 3 songs. That'll kick your fucking assholes. So yeah, and you guys can always reach me at rockgutpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you all for tuning in, and yeah, see you later.